Here we go, another weekend of football from the land of the rising sun. All of the magic on the pitch brought straight to you. This is the J1 League Goal Zone. Kashima take their unbeaten streak to Tosu, and it's a fine top of the table versus bottom side. Yokohama on the road to Kawasaki. Kobe made their way to the Saitama Stadium to play Urawa. Consadole saw their three-match unbeaten run snapped by Kawasaki last time out, but were presented with a chance to come away with a positive result as they faced an out-of-form Shimizu, currently on a string of 8 games without a win. Ishizadha.
Isara's gone down, Carlinhos Jr.'s shot spilt. It's a double save from Togeno, kept himself big. The first real chance of the game falls to Shimizu S-Pulse. He's gone for goal. Oh, and that just flashes past the post. Well, they had the best opportunity so far. There've not been many. Can he finish here? He should do! Anderson Lopez rifles that into the roof of the goal. And it's that combination again of J. Bothroyd and Anderson Lopez that strikes again at the start of the second half for Sapporo, who looked more threatening. Bothroyd setting it up, coming off his thigh, and he's not going to miss from there. The man unformed, the top scorer in the J-League. Valdo nowhere near his man. It's a nice finish. That sat up beautifully for him, didn't it? As far as Kaneko. He's gone for goal! Oh, what a strike that is! Takuro Kaneko calls that in to the far post. And that is a wonderful goal, his third of the season. Beautifully done on the edge of the area. Into that sea of players as well. Impressive from him. He's positioned it, he's placed it absolutely perfectly. No chance for the keeper. Shuichi Gonda getting past him, that's an achievement as well. Oh, going through Ibusuki. Was there a foul? It's a red card. Last man as well. Drama right at the end of this game. And it's that man again who constantly gets into trouble, Kim Min-tae. I think the foul is outside the box. Consadole Sapporo up next against high-flying Sagan Tosu, one of the best defensive sides in the league. And the work cut out for them, but for now they will enjoy and savour this victory. And the final score at the Sapporo Dome, it's Hokkaido Consadole Sapporo 2, Shimizu S-Pulse 0.
A contest between two sides entrenched in the relegation zone. Vegalta, with the second worst defence in the league, faced Oita, a side struggling to find the back of the net. Little to split the pair then, so 3 points were very much for the taking. It only took 5 minutes for Shuhei Akasaki's through ball to put pressure on Oita. Takuma Nishimura's shot takes a deflection off the defender's outstretched leg over the head of the goalkeeper, and that's 1-0. Just 4 minutes later, with Oita looking for the equaliser, they thought they had it when Jakub Slowik spilled that one, but then he produced a fine save to turn away the follow-up effort. Oita did manage to beat Slowik just 3 minutes later though, not before he made a fine save from Yamato Mashida, Shun Nagasawa on hand for the rebound. Into the second half now, Nagasawa looking to put Oita ahead, but his swinging left-footed shot over the bar. With 15 minutes left, Vegalta took the lead once more. Shingo Tomita with the cross, Chihiro Kato applying the finish. 2 minutes into injury time, and it was Slowik to the rescue again as he turns away Nagasawa's effort. Vegalta hang on for their second win of the campaign. To the other end of the spectrum, two informed teams taking to the pitch in Tosu. With the home side unbeaten in their last 5, Kashima were equally impressive. No losses in their last 8 outings on a 4-game winning streak. The visitors' strike force would be put to the test against the best defence in the league. Here's Patrick Kinghorn.
Trying to come close. Honda does really well here. Honda gets it back to Yamashita, can't get the shot away, pulls it back, and they pull the trigger, and it's not missed by much at all. Sento's effort after Yamashita just couldn't create the space for the shot. A real early tester for Oki and the Antlers goal, and it's one that he's passed with flying colours. Just outside the area from Sento. They take the free kick quickly here. Referee lets him get on with it. Shomadoi, the hat-trick hero from last week, and it's gone in! And I think it's going to stand. They're all looking round, waiting for maybe a VAR intervention. I don't think it's going to come, and the Antlers open the scoring here inside the first 15 minutes. There looked to be a deflection involved there that might have wrong-footed Park Hill-Gyu. They took the free kick quickly, good thinking by Shomadoi, and maybe it came off Eduardo, but the goal will be credited, I think, to Hirosa. Definitely took a deflection off Eduardo. Good quick thinking by Shomadoi, and my apologies, it was Matsumura, who I think will be credited with that goal, but look at the deflection from Eduardo, completely wrong-footed Park Hill-Gyu. Matsumura and Doi linking up, and courtesy of a very heavy Eduardo deflection off the post and in. Here comes Machida getting them away down the right again, and they've got numbers forward here. This is going to come to Shomadoi. Hat-trick last week, lays it off this. And Iraqi just couldn't take that in his stride, but Shomadoi could come in again, and there's the header off the crossbar from Shirasaki, who scored in this game last season and very nearly scored again. They should be 2 up here. Here's Nakano. Oki's got it, it's spilled in, they've smashed it home to level it up. And it's Kaito Yamashita with his first chance of the game, who's got the equaliser 5 minutes into the second half with his 8th of the season. And it's no more than second Tosu deserved. Well, the first mistake Oki's made, and he's been made to pay. Nakano continues to torment them down the left. Keeper spilled it. Honda couldn't get there. Yamashita most certainly could. And off the post, just like the opening goal in the game from Matsumura at one end, it's off the post and in at the same end in the second half, and we're tied at 1 each. And second Tosu are now very much back in this. Picked up the loose ball quite brilliantly. Cross comes in. Won't clear this properly. There's a real chance here. They put it back and they finish it off. And they deservedly take the lead this time. There'll be no VAR, and Yuta Higuchi gives Sagan Tosu a come from behind lead that they also deserve. A defensive mistake as Koizumi was trying to play it out for the goal kick. They latched onto it brilliantly down the left where they've done damage all afternoon. Marvellous hustle. And the headed clearance found its way eventually to Yuta Higuchi, who gets his 3rd of the season with an absolute cracker. To try and find a way through the middle here, and it's broken for them. Finally, they're through on goal with a chance to level it up right on full time. He's gone over the bar from Yasushi Endo. The same man, Yuta Higuchi, gave second Tosu a victory they deserve. They're going to stay at the top 3 this weekend. Second Tosu 2.
Yokohama came back into this one on the back of their first win this season, but they would likely be brought back down to earth sharply as they played the league leaders, who had just set a new record of 22 unbeaten games. 17 minutes in, Kaoru Mitoma advances into the penalty area and is just brought down inside the box by Kohei Tezuka. Akihiro Ienaga steps up and sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. Nine minutes later, and Kawasaki would go 2 up. Akinori Ishikawa in goal, giving the ball away. Leandro Damio takes advantage, and Ao Tanaka puts this one in after a smart turn off the post. and Kawasaki continued to apply a very high-energy press. Ienaga jumping on the defensive mistake this time, but blasting it too high. It was becoming all too easy for Kawasaki. Early in the second half here, Miki Yamane gets to the byline and pulls it back for Mitoma to make it 3-0. But the bottom of the table side would get some consolation. Kleber's header looks like it was saved by Jung Sung Ryong, but goal line technology suggests, quite correctly, that the ball had crossed the line. 3-1 it finished. Urawa had managed back-to-back wins without conceding, and they came into this one off the back of 4 straight home victories. They'd fancy their chances, therefore, of extending that run as they hosted Kobe. The visitors had Andres Iniesta in the starting lineup for the first time in more than 4 months. Chance for Vissel Kobe in the 15th minute, but Kyogo Furuhashi doesn't quite make the contact he needs. After a quiet first half, Urawa got things going after the break. Koya Yuruki's cross finds Tatsuya Tanaka, whose header goes in off the post. Under pressure, Kobe goalkeeper Hiroki Ikura gives the ball away, but as Urawa looked to take advantage, Yoshio Koizumi was ruled offside. 64 minutes in and the mercurial Iniesta tries one from an acute angle, palmed away by the goalkeeper. Just 9 minutes left now, and a super first touch from Takahiro Sakine allows him the right-footed shot, but saved by Likura. But with 5 minutes left, Urawa would seal the deal, and Kasper Juncker continues his wonderful start to his J1 League career. That's 4 goals in 3 games for Juncker now. What a start he's had. More games coming up for you though when we return. You're back with the only show that brings you all the highlights from Japan. You've come to the right place for wonderful J1 League goals. Let's head to Yokohama next. The Marinos' fantastic unbeaten run was finally ended after 12 matches as they went down to Kashima in the previous round. A chance to get back on their feet then as Kashiwa came to town with 3 straight losses to their name. Mark Richmond has your commentary.
Going to be right now. Kamiya's going after this. Isaka it is who takes it. While everyone stood still and motionless. And Takaoka was just left with a prayer, which was answered. Trying to ping a pass right through for Amano. Oh, it's come off the upright. Adonau. Isaka. Nakama available on the outside once again. Koga's in an offside position, so he decides to swing it in. First time! Oh! It's gone into the back of the net! And it's Ippei Shinazuka who's found the back of the net. It was a hopeful punt inside the penalty box that came from Nakama, and it's resulted in an assist for the number 33. Definitely onside, just lifted. Angelotti attacked the ball, and because of that, Tiraton a little unsighted. Shinazuka kept going into the danger zone, and then stuck that leg out. That gamble paid off. Matsubara! Oh, what a strike! Ken Matsubara! Well, you knew it had to come from an unlikely source, and Matsubara is as unlikely as it gets, but that's one of the goals of the season in the J-League. Rocketed into the back of the net, and his celebration really matched the venom and ferocity of the shot. Nishimura might give Yokohama Marinos one final chance to fling this ball in. Postecoglou wants the ball hoisted inside the penalty box, but the shortest person, Nakagawa, is there, and they don't have time to fling it inside. Much the dismay of the crowd. You could hear the ooze coming out from the fans here at the Nissan Stadium. Final score from the Nissan Stadium: Yokohama Marinos 1, Kashiwa Vissel 1.
Yeah, it was a little bit better in the second half, but again, we never really, created a lot of chances. Our build-up play was a bit slow, our passing wasn't great, and our strikers, our front players, didn't make the best decisions. So, as I said, we had to fight for a point, for a draw, and that's the result we got.
Avispa continued their excellent run of form, their latest victory producing a 5th straight win and 4 clean sheets during that run. A problem then for the visiting Shonan, a side who'd managed only 1 win in their last 5. 32 minutes in and Shintaro Nago breaking free, one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and that's how you finish in that situation. Two minutes left in the first half and Avispa looking for an equaliser, and as their cross comes in, Takuya Akamoto handles the ball on the edge of the box. Bruno Mendes strikes the spot kick well, but that's a good save from Kosei Tani. With that reprieve, Shonan now looking to make it 2-0 early in the second half. Naoki Yamada, though, wastes the opportunity. And they would pay for being wasteful. Here in the 65th minute, the free kick is taken deep into the box. Mendes, who missed that penalty earlier on, gets his head to the ball, and we're all tied up. And Mendes would play a central figure in finding the winner, getting his head to the corner, saved by the goalkeeper, but Douglas Grory swoops in for the winner. Vortis managed to put a run of 4 straight losses behind them when they edged out Sanfrecce last weekend, but a tricky test lay before them in the form of second-place Nagoya, who'd only lost once on the road so far. Not much to speak about in the first half, but early in the second, Vortis had their first big chance of the game. Poor defending, but Taisei Miyashiro couldn't quite get his shot on target. 15 minutes left now and an opportunity on the left-hand side for Yoichiro Kakitani. Just 10 minutes left now and Yudai Konishi with the Hail Mary effort. Over the bar, this one finished 0-0. After 5 straight losses, Tokyo finally found success against Kashiwa in the previous round. An opportunity then to make it back-to-back wins as they took on a Gamba side that had recently sacked their manager and were without a win in their last 6. Inside the first minute and Diego Oliveira puts home an awkward chance with the goal gaping. That's 1-0 to the home side. Only 2 minutes later and Tokyo had a chance to make it 2. Dialton heading that one wide. We're still inside the first 10 minutes. Kyosuke Tagawa bounces that volley onto the crossbar. Gamba had to wait until just before half-time for their first real effort, Leandro Pereira finding Go Hatano too difficult to beat. And after this early chance in the second half that Tokyo couldn't quite manage to put away, there wasn't much action for the rest of the contest. Tokyo win this one by a 0-0. Two sides who'd started the campaign strongly had fallen onto inconsistent ground and now find themselves mid-table. Cerezo had failed to win their last 3, while the visitors Sanfrecce had only won once in their last 8. Both clubs had certainly struggled in front of goal recently, which meant we had a contest that could swing either way. Here's Shazad Haq.
Sanfrecce, a little worrying that they're creating issues, and that's a good save from Kim Jin-yeon, using every inch of his huge frame. He's 192 centimetres. Asano with the kick in. Across the goal, that's an important touch by Kim Jin-hyun. Now some space. Fuji pulls the trigger, that's a decent save again. From Kim Jin-hyun, one you would probably expect him to make. But he has certainly been called into action a lot more than his counterpart. Here's Kiyotake. Oh, it's gone in, it's possibly an own goal. Was there a touch there for Okuno? What a mess that was. I think Okuno will take the credit. Keeper flapped at that one, Osako. Absolutely missed that. And that's a poacher's goal from Okuno. Was there a bit of obstruction, perhaps? Can't see too much wrong with that. Again, just taking the time with this set piece. Again, it's loose! And they hit back almost immediately. Junior Santos, poor defending at both ends of the pitch. Off respective corners, Junior Santos reacts fastest. Just can't clear their lines. No one around him. Far too easy. Look at that. Riku Matsuda belatedly tries to stop him, but top striker doesn't have anyone around them. Only his third goal of the season. Junior Santos should have scored earlier in this match, and he does get on the score sheet now. Sakamoto just cuts inside into the side netting. Junior Santos, very, very cynical. Oh dear, Dankler trying to take a piece of him. That could be over now if they can round the keeper. Oh, that's an excellent finish from Asano. I thought Kim Jin-hyun would get the better of him. Asano persisted. They are pointing the finger all the way back to an earlier incident. And that would be dramatic if this goal is chalked off and we get a penalty at the other end. But let's see. Look at what Dankler was trying to do. Anything to stop his compatriot. That's a superb finish from Asano. Look at that. Trying to kick him, punch him, missed. Lovely work from Junior Santos. I think he was a little slow, wasn't he? And unwieldy. Here, Kim Jin-hyun. The acute angle here. That's a brilliant finish. Taking a big risk there. What a shot that was. Getting that over Kim Jin-hyun is no mean feat at 192 centimeters. And that was an ambitious attempt. And that is it. Osaka has been kind to Hiroshima in recent weeks. Only their second win in 9. The final score here at the final game of the Yanmar Stadium, Nagoya for Cerezo Osaka. It's Cerezo Osaka 1, Sanfrecce Hiroshima 2.
A roundup of the results for you then. A 2-0 win for Consadole saw Anderson Lopez move ahead in the goal scoring chart, while Kashima lost their first match after 12 games against Tosu. Kawasaki comfortably putting away the bottom side 3-1, and it's 5 wins in a row now for Avispa. The Marinos found a late equaliser to split the points with Vissel, while an early goal was enough for Tokyo to claim all 3 points. The gap at the top is now 12 points, Kawasaki moving even further away from the rest of the field. Sagan inching closer to second after Nagoya dropped points this time around. Avispa right on the cusp of third, only 3 points standing between them. Cerezo dropping back after their loss, precariously hovering over the bottom half. An important win for Vegalta sees them overtake Oita at the bottom. They sit in 17th, but still not out of danger, as 4 teams will see themselves relegated at the end of this season. Gamba have now dropped into 19th after their 4th straight loss, while Yokohama are still anchoring the table in last place. That's all the time we have for you this week. My name's Steve Dawson, and we'll see you next time on the J1 League Goal Zone.